Hello everyone. This is the second part of the video on writing and city life related with the Mesopotamia. Here we start with the technical advance at Uruk. At even at 3000 BC, the Urul was technically much more advanced or ahead. How? 3 points we can discuss here. One is the bronze tools. Those bronze tools were used to make various crafts, and making of tools of alloy itself was a technical advancement or technical development. Similarly, since there was lack of wood, so the in the field of architectures they able to construct brick column to bear the weight of the roof of the large halls. At the same time, the use of potter wheels as a technological landmark to produce at mass level. So these were the three bronze tools, brick columns, and potter's wheels. Now the social life. If you look toward the social life, there was a small elite section who were prosperous, who hold the majority of the resources. If we look toward the family, there was a norms of nuclear family. If we look toward the descent, there was a patriarchal family. Father was supposed to be the head of the family, and things get inherited from father to son, not to the woman. The marriage, in general, marriages were arranged, and there was a practice of bride wealth, which used to be given by the grooms to the bride family. If we look toward the town planning, if we compare it with the contemporary Harappan civilization, there was lack of town planning in Mesopotamia. The narrow winding streets indicate the narrow winding streets as well as uh, haphazard, means irregular shapes of plot indicate that there was lack of town planning. And due to narrow winding streets, the wheel cart could not reach to the houses, many of the houses. So sacks of grains and firewood have been arrived on the donkey's back. In fact, if we look toward the Harappan civilization, here in Mesopotamia, there was no street drains. Our civilization had proper drainage system. They haven't street drains. Yes, there was a drains and clay pipes inside the houses. The purpose was to channelize the rainwater to the sumps built inside the house enclosure, so that the unpaved streets could not get slushy just because of rain. बारिश में जो सड़कें हैं गली की, वो स्लश भरा न हो जाए, इसके लिए उन्होंने इस तरह की व्यवस्था कर रखी थी. अब अगर हम बात करते हैं उनके लाइफ पैटर्न की, मारी में स्पेशली किंगडम ऑफ मारी, दिस किंगडम ऑफ मारी was highly productive just because of the contribution made by river Euphrates, because it was located on the southern plain, and two main occupation was there. One is the agriculture and animal rearing. It was carried close to each other. Some of the people involved in both these activities, the herders, they exchange young animal products for the grains, metals, tools, etc., etc. Sometimes they manure of a penned flock into the great use to a farmer. किसान कहते थे एनिमल रियरर्स को कि भाई अपनी भेड़ें और बकरियों को हमारे खेत में 1-2 दिन के लिए रहने दो, या 1 सप्ताह आप ठहरो, बदले में हम आपको ग्रेन देंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि एटलीस्ट हमारा जो खेत है वो मैन्योर हो जाएगा. If we look towards the Mesopotamian history, the nomadic communities from the nearby area, they moved into this prosperous agricultural area, heartland. They came as a herder, they came as a harvest laborer, sometimes they hired soldiers, and some of them occasionally became prosperous. They became the settled community, and few of them they able to establish their own rule. And these people were Akkadians, Amorites, Assyrians, Armenians. Yes, despite of their own culture, they pay respect to the local one. For example, Amorites, who dress differently from the original people of that original inhabitant of that area, but they pay respect to the gods of Mesopotamia. So the Mesopotamian society and culture was open to different people and different culture, and this is the reason this Mesopotamian culture had vitality, due to just because of this intermixture. Now the next one, if we look towards the Mari. Mari is located on the trade route of river Euphrates. Food, copper, tin, oil, wine, and various other goods that were carried in boats along the river Euphrates between southern regions to the mineral rich of north uplands, Turkey, Syria, Lebanon. And these boats carries these items would stop at Mari on their way to the south. And at Mari, officers of the city, they go on a board and they inspect the cargo and levy 1/10, एक टोटल वैल्यू का 10वां हिस्सा टैक्स लगाते थे और उसके बाद अलाउ करते थे। और ये दोनों वे का था, जिसके वजह से दिस मारी was exceptionally prosperous, although militarily it was not stronger. And the last one, the legacy. If we look towards the legacy, perhaps the time and mathematics is the greatest legacy, greatest gift of Mesopotamians to the world. If we there is a tablet of around 1800 BC, we find the mentioning of multiplications, division tables. They have the knowledge of squares and square root tables, and table of even compound interest. Just imagine, not only simple interest but compound interest. The student able to solve the problems by finding the areas and volumes of water. And if we look toward the time, there was a division of year into 12 months, and the division of month into 4 weeks, the day into 24 hours, and the hour into 60 minutes. This way they it come to us from the Mesopotamians. And the last one, they were aware about the solar and lunar eclipse because it was observed and noted. The Mesopotamians also keep the records of the observed position. They observe the position of stars and the constellation in the night sky. So the legacy related with the three things. One is the mathematics, second is the time, and third is the astronomy. You can find these descriptions or in the form of notes in the descriptions of the video. It will helpful to you. Thank you.